Hello everybody, so today I have a different kind of video, as you can tell by the title. I believe this is the first video I've ever done where there's been a news topic, movie news, whatever, that I've actually dedicated a whole video to, and sat down, talked about it to the camera. As you can tell by the title, my thoughts on the Child's Play remake. And those of you who follow my channel probably know already, I'm a huge Chucky fan. I've been a big fan of Chucky since 5th grade, which was a long time ago. I think 12 years ago, because I'm 22 right now. I think that's when 5th grade was. So, majority of my life, basically, right? I've been a huge Chucky fan. So, recently, okay, for those of you who don't even know, Chucky, obviously everyone knows who Chucky is, killer doll. Child's Play was the first movie Chucky was in, right? They made Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, then they made Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, and then Cult of Chucky, which came out just last year. So that movie first came out in 1988, which is 30 years ago. So, great news, 30th anniversary of that movie. Oh, we're going to have a remake. So, now, here's the thing. I didn't think to make this video. One of my friends actually asked me, hey, what do you think about the Child's Play remake? Because, you know, he knows I'm a huge fan of Chucky. So that actually made me think, oh, wow, I should actually make a video about that. And he's probably watching this right now because I told him, hey, you gave me an idea. I should actually do a video about this. The reason I didn't think right away to make a video was because it didn't really bother me. Now I know that sounds kind of crazy to hardcore fans, like, oh, you should be boycotting this. This does not need to happen. The original series is still going on. You know, they just had a movie last year and they're gonna remake it. Here's the thing, okay? Remakes are inevitable, right, for certain movies. I am so against the Ghostbusters reboot that they made 2 years ago, right? That's a movie I refuse to watch. That's probably the only movie I actually refuse to watch, like, at all. Out of any movie ever, because that wasn't a remake per se, but it was just like unnecessary and stupid, and I won't get into it. So the way I look at it, everything gets not everything gets a remake. Like, for example, I don't think The Godfather's ever going to get a remake, right? I don't think Back to the Future. Well, who knows? That one I know people are going to be livid about if that ever happens. Back to the Future, for example, and I can't say if I'd be mad at that or not. I know that sounds crazy, but, you know, I think I would be mad at it, but it depends, like, oh, who are they going to get? Who's going to be in it? You know, so I'm an optimist, right? So I like to think, okay, maybe it'll be good, because there have been good remakes. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you know, that was a good remake, excuse me. And there's been bad ones, like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, that sucked. So, you know, there's always a chance it could be good. And, you know, there's always been rumors of a remake of Child's Play. I remember way back in, like, 2010, there was rumors, oh, the remake's going to come out in 2010. Well, there's news even before that, sorry. I thought I kind of mixed it up. It was supposed to come out in 2010 initially. You know what I noticed, too, by the way? I'm such a huge Chucky fan. I have a bunch of stuff. If you look at my most popular videos, they're all Chucky videos. Like my Chucky collection video, my unboxing for Cult of Chucky, right here. This is my #1 viewed video for some reason. I have no idea why. It's got like 600,000 views, which is really cool. But I have no idea why. Why is this my #1 video? Anyways, you know, I own all the movies, blah, 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 all this merchandise, and I don't own a Chucky t-shirt, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why. I don't have any. I've probably never seen one in a store. Maybe that's why, or I've never thought to buy one online. So I just wore my Halloween Horror Nights shirt from last year. I thought that'd work. But anyways, Chucky wasn't even part of this. That's a little weird, right? I don't own a Chucky shirt. I should get one. But anyways, yeah, so, like I said, when I heard the news, I wasn't, like, crazy about it. And also, here's the thing. I don't know all the details, but apparently MGM, who made the first Child's Play, the original right here, MGM, the company that made this movie, they're the ones making the remake. Now, This is the only movie in the series that was made by MGM. The rights to Chucky were given to Universal Studios, and Universal's since then, made every single Chucky movie. So I don't, like I said, I don't know all the details, but apparently MGM still owns the rights, supposedly, or something. And also Universal still has rights. So the creator, Don Mancini, the creator of Chucky, who now directs and writes the newer movies, I believe he writes them too. I know he directs them. Give me one quick second here. I'm really curious about that. Who actually writes these movies? Yeah, written and directed by Don Mancini. So he's directed the last 3 of them. He did Seed of Chucky, Curse, and Cult. So he's the guy in charge, right? So there was news recently also that there isn't going to be an 8th Chucky movie, but they're going to do a TV series instead, which also I was just kind of whatever about, I'm actually kind of worried about that because TV shows get canceled and whatnot. Movies you could just do, it's either hit or miss, and maybe you just wait a long time for a sequel, whatever. Cult of Chucky's been doing good, I heard, with the sales and stuff like that. So I was liking this new series, because Curse of Chucky was kind of a reboot. A couple years ago when that came out, it was sort of a reboot. And then Cult of Chucky just really, changed. I don't want to give any spoilers, but Cult of Chucky is the 7th movie in the series, and it opens so many possibilities for even more movies, right? Excuse me. So right now the franchise is doing good. So the fact that they want to do it as a TV show kind of worries me because, I was a big fan of Ash vs. Evil Dead, which was a continuation of Evil Dead as a TV series, and that ended up getting canceled, even though it had 3 seasons, which, they were good. I liked them. Season 3 was okay. I didn't love it, but, yeah, I was sad to hear the news that it got canceled. So I'm afraid the same might happen to this Chucky TV series. It'll probably end up getting canceled. It depends, though. It depends on what channel it's on. Ash vs. Evil Dead was on Stars, and not everybody has that. You gotta pay money for that channel, so that's, I think, the reason why it got canceled. So, yeah. So that's why I'm not so mad about it, I think, is because the original series is still continuing, right? Even though there's going to be a remake, the original franchise is still going on. They're going to have Brad Dourif do the voice still as Chucky, and I assume Jennifer Tilly and, Fiona Dourif and Alex Vincent, the rest of the cast are going to be in the show as well, continuing off Cult of Chucky, of course. Also, I wonder, too, there's a certain scene in the end credits of Cult of Chucky with a returning character. I won't say who it is. I wonder if that character will be in the show, too. I hope so, because they got to continue off that. So I am looking forward to the show if it does happen. But the remake, I'm not completely against. I don't hate the idea of it, because every horror movie gets remade. Friday the 13th, Halloween had 2 remakes from Rob Zombie, right? A remake and a sequel. Everything gets a remake. Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Poltergeist. I even hear there's going to be a Hellraiser remake. So everything gets a remake in the horror, at least in the horror universe. So that's not a surprise to me. So yeah, like I said, I'm not up in arms about it, but I thought I should talk about it because, my most popular videos are Chucky related for some reason. And it's only fair that I, do talk about it because I love the series. I don't know what, what in particular about it, but I've just been a huge fan of it. I love the characters. Every movie's different, all the situations, that happen in them, and Chucky's just a great character, So I'm just curious how they're going to handle the remake. Is it all going to be like a CGI doll? Is it going to be practical effects, They still use practical effects in the newer movies. Some of them will look kind of cheesy. This is low budget, of course. But I really did enjoy this, and I have a full reaction video to the whole movie if you want to check that out as well. I don't know. I assume the TV show is going to use practical effects. Obviously, they're using the original creator and everything like that, and the same cast and crew, I assume. So, we'll have to see. But the remake, like I said, it's inevitable. I'm not completely against it, though. Like I said, I'm an optimist, so... The difference, okay, let me try to explain it this way. The difference between the remake of Child's Play and how I feel about it compared to, how I feel about the Ghostbusters reboot. Ghostbusters is something, sacred to me. That's in my top 10 favorite movies ever. The Chucky movies aren't even, I love them, but they're... I did a whole top 30 favorite movies and honorable mentions, you know, also. Chucky was nowhere in that, because, like, Ghostbusters to me is, like, you know, one of the greats. I don't remember what place I had it in, but like I said, it's in my top 10 favorite movies ever. So that's, like, something that I don't want touched. This, you know, is different. This is, like, cheesy stuff. This is, you know, like I said, I love it. But it's not like these aren't the best movies ever or anything like that. Same with superhero movies. I love them, but, like, you know, everything gets rebooted eventually and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to be up in arms about it. And there weren't any superhero movies on my top 30 favorite movies as well. I think Logan made honorable mention. Yeah, it did. So Logan is technically one of my all-time favorite movies, but it wasn't so high. Like, it was in the honorable mentions, not even in the top 30. But, you know, that's just how I look at it. Certain, like, action franchises and, you know, superhero franchises, horror franchises, they're not, like, the best things ever, okay? So I'm not going to get crazy about it. So Ghostbusters, like I said, that was just a different situation where it was kind of like, you know, Harold Ramis was dead, one of the original Ghostbusters, obviously. He passed away a couple years ago, and, like, they never got to do Ghostbusters 3, and this whole situation with the third movie that never happened. Although Ghostbusters the video game is technically like a third movie, he did do a voice before he passed away, Harold Ramis, and all the original cast did voices. So that's technically a third Ghostbusters that we did get. But the reboot was, you know, it's such a bad movie. I mean, I never saw it, but, I mean, I can just tell it's a bad movie. It's got horrible reviews, and it looks stupid. You know, I saw one of the trailers. You know, it just didn't need to happen. It was just a cash grab. And the fact that they called it Ghostbusters, they didn't even call it, like, something different, like Ghostbusters The New Crew or something. You know what I mean? Like, they just straight up called it Ghostbusters. I don't know. That, I was just stupid. But this, you know, like I said, I assume it's not going to be like a beat-for-beat remake. It's not going to have the exact same doll. It's not going to have the exact same story and everything. It's going to be different, I assume. It can't be. They can't just do the same exact thing again. I mean, then again, look at the Psycho remake with Vince Vaughn. I never watched it, but I hear it's literally a shot-for-shot remake of the original Psycho, which is, what's the point? But, you know, like I said, if the movie's bad, it's bad. It's whatever. I'm not going to hate it. You know, hate it for what it is, I mean. I'm not going to hate it for what it is. I might hate the movie after I see it. It might be, oh, that was horrible. But I'm not going to hate it for just being a Child's Play remake, because, you know, like I said, it was bound to happen. So, yeah, that's those are my thoughts on it. 13 minutes. I thought this would be longer, but, you know, I don't really have much else to say about it, to be honest. So, yeah, Chucky, you know, my favorite horror franchise of all time, hands down. I'm just curious to see what's going to happen with it. I do hope that the TV show works out. I hope it gets a few seasons at least. And I hope, you know, also the fact that Ash vs. Evil Dead was on Stars. They were allowed to curse and use gore and, you know, all kinds of stuff you can't do on regular TV, right? I hope that the Chucky show can kind of still keep that rated R feel on a channel that allows it. You know what I mean? But, like, enough people can watch this channel. Like HBO or Stars or those other channels you got to pay for. That, you know, you're allowed to say whatever you want and do whatever you want, but it's like the show won't have enough viewership probably. You know, the fan base is there, but I don't know if they're going to be that much there. You know what I'm saying? Because I know Evil Dead has such a huge fan base, but obviously the ratings were super low for that show. That's why it ended up getting canceled. So, if Chucky ends up on regular cable TV, I hope at least the Blu-ray releases have uncensored scenes and whatnot, you know what I mean? Because it's got to be rated, you got to keep it rated R. So hopefully, like, a censored version ends up on TV, and then the Blu-ray uncensored. Like, you know, Breaking Bad, for example, my favorite show ever. If you watch the Blu-rays, I don't know about the Netflix version, but the Blu-rays, I've seen the series a bunch of times. There's F-word and, you know, extra violence and all kinds of stuff on the Blu-rays. So, you know, a TV show doesn't need to be completely censored when you make it. You can make it uncensored and then just have different versions come out. One on TV, one on you know, home media. So, like I said, we'll have to see what happens. But, I might title this My Thoughts on the Child's Play remake and the Chucky TV series. I don't know if I will. because news for both of them kind of broke at the same time, right? Just last week or this week, I don't even know. Like I said, I wasn't even like about crazy about it. I don't even remember when I heard about it. I was just like, whatever. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, thanks for watching this, guys. Let me know your thoughts about this whole situation in the comments. And do you think I should have talked about something in particular that I didn't talk about? Do you agree or disagree with what I said? Yeah, let's just have a full discussion in the comments. So anyways, I'm actually recording this on Friday the 13th. You're probably watching this on Saturday, so happy Friday 13th, belated, I guess, whatever. Anyways, thanks for watching this. See you guys.